Yo, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So y'all just joining in. Make sure y'all, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because, like I said, we live today, and we live on each and every week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then 3 p.m. Western time. So what's going on with y'all, King? How you feeling, man? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I feel good, man. Blessed and I'm highly favored. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
I'm praising the Lord, and we back at it again.
Hey, man, that's good to hear.
What about you?
Hey, man, I'm great, man. I'm great, man. I got a day off today. I'm just gonna chill today, and then tomorrow we're gonna do some training, do some workout, just getting it in. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's wonderful to hear, man.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, but like I said, Ronnie, he's out for the week. Like I said, he's in the process of moving, but he will be returning next week. But also, you can catch him on the chat because he might be on the chat to check up on us. But like I said, Ronnie, he will be here next week. He's just in the process of moving. So y'all, we're gonna get right into it. As y'all can see of what the title is, as y'all can see there. So it's gonna be something today. Something to talk about because this was going on. Like I said, this was coming on. I think it was a week or two ago, and I feel like today we start talking about it. So it's about the black farmers in Colorado arrested for allergic racism. So I'm gonna put up the info real quick. I'm gonna read it to you guys. Let's see, put it up real quick. So apparently, a black farmer was arrested after accused of white neighborhoods of racism and harassment. So a black farming couple in Colorado was arrested after alleged racism, harassment, and vandalism against their predominantly white neighbors. And they've been living there in that neighborhood for a while now. However, for the past 2 years, the couple have accused their white neighbors of targeting their farm, their freedom, acre ranches through acts of racism, vandalism, and manipulations of their livestock. So they say they've been stalked, they've been harassed, chased, and followed. They say they've been spray painted and been called the N-word, and all types of stuff going on in their home. And so once they got arrested, this local news had hit national news. It hit up social media news, all that type of stuff, and it brought a lot of protests into the city of Colorado, of that city in the state of Colorado. And a lot of people are talking about it. Are still talking about it to this day. And there's protesters are want to get a pass like a Karen Act, I believe, in the state, I believe, or something like that. So yeah, it's been a one big mess. So Hakeem, we have a video he's gonna play for y'all, and Hakeem gonna play that clip, and after that we can chop it up.
Definitely. Just bear me one moment right now.
No problem.
A white town.
Hello, is someone in there?
And strange things start happening on their farm.
Their animals have been mutilated and their property has been vandalized.
We don't want to become a hashtag.
They say they called police dozens of times to report their racist neighbors, but instead police flipped the script and put them in handcuffs instead.
Farming while black in America.
I'm Justin Carter. This is CSR Investigates. It's been 2 years of hell for Courtney and Nicole Mallory. They're black farmers who lost everything after Hurricane Harvey, but in 2020, they relocated to Yoder, Colorado. It's a small rural town. It's about 40 minutes away from Colorado Springs. Their ranch, the Freedom Acres Ranch, it sits on hundreds of acres and was abandoned before the Mallorys took it over. But since then, unusual things have been happening. Their Black Lives Matter sign was burned, their animals poisoned and killed, and when they started to approach their neighbors about it and got police involved, they say police then went after them and put them in jail. This wasn't normal. Morning after morning, the Mallory family would wake up to their cows gutted, goats killed, their dog poisoned with antifreeze, random unmarked vehicles blocking the entranceway leading up to their private ranch.
We don't want to become a hashtag.
Nicole Mallory told Fox Colorado that her white neighbors began making private hate groups on social media about them.
Lynching us, bringing a lynching mob, having a public hanging, fire. They wanted to lock us in and set us ablaze.
One user wrote, quote, "Are there any restrictions on size of pitchforks or fire sticks in Colorado?" Asking for a friend. And quote, "I was amazed how much property was tagged as Black Lives Matter. Didn't expect that kind of in-your-face crap way out here."
Whether it's Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, we're always villainized. And that's the same thing that's happened with this family.
It dates back to a years-long dispute that the Mallorys have with their neighbor, Teresa Clark. She's in her 40s and lives with her elderly mother. They also share an easeway with the Mallorys, almost like a narrow road that leads up to their homes. In this affidavit, Clark allegedly gave police photos and videos of the Mallorys' quote, "unusual and disturbing behavior." She told police that the Mallorys would yell things at her like, quote, "hands up, don't shoot," and the couple would also come out to the road to spy on her when she is leaving or coming back to her property. She also claims that the Mallorys drove by her property 6 times in one day after she left for work, and they installed several security cameras across the street from the Clark's property with, quote, "unobstructed views of her home." The Shade Room dug into these claims and learned that the Mallorys did in fact install the cameras, but the cameras sit on their property.
And I believe they're trying to steal our land from us because they don't believe we deserve it.
It's been a mess ever since. Both have filed restraining orders against each other over the years, but things started spiraling after police began investigating the Mallorys over stalking claims.
Hello, is someone in there?
This is body camera video of a process server hopping over a fence to serve the Mallorys legal documents. Nicole Mallory says that she was partially nude and got spooked when she saw a white man looking through her window.
Get the off my property.
Hey,
Get the
I'm
right
leaving.
now.
I'm leaving.
Get the
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Get the out of here.
I'm leaving.
Get the out of here. You step back on my...
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I swear to God. Relax. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
According to police, she fired a gun in the air as he ran off. When deputies showed up to get her side of the story, she said he never provided identification.
I mean, I'm trying to protect myself, my animals, my property. I do want to file a complaint now that you're here. He trespassed, and I feel like he was trying to rape me at this point.
Brandishing a weapon is not necessarily against the law unless you use it in a threatening manner, such as to fire rounds off as the person's trying to flee the property.
About 2 weeks later, police secured a search warrant for the Mallory Ranch.
A risk assessment was made regarding the execution of the search warrant, and it was determined the property was to be secured by the SWAT team prior to the execution of the search warrant.
A SWAT team moved in and arrested Nicole Mallory over the incident. You can hear her screaming and crying over the handcuffs being too tight.
I told you from the beginning this too tight. I can't feel my shoulder. You better give me some medical attention now. You choked me. Oh my God.
Been cleaning a
You could also hear Nicole yell profanities, calling police pigs for how they were handling the situation. It was so bad that she had to be taken in for medical evaluation. Portia Prescott is the president of the NAACP Rocky Mountain chapter.
They brought the SWAT out
Think about that. Imagine this. You have 640 acres of land. We're not talking about you're in the East Coast. These are not brownstones. These are not, you're in the middle of Colorado. You're in a state that's less than 4% Black. And then these armed agents come to your house to serve you predicated on what one white woman said?
According to the Denver Post, Nicole Mallory did plead guilty to making a false report and got 2 years probation. The Shade Room also read through over 120 pages of documents released by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office detailing past experiences with the Mallorys, including a child abuse case where Nicole Mallory allegedly brandished a gun on a man and his son who appeared to be walking too closely to her property. The man said that they stopped to look at a snake on the side of the road.
Have responded to over 170 calls for service involving several addresses near Yoder.
The Mallorys say it's all a deflection. They claim that police are attempting to cover up the fact that they refuse to investigate their claims of racism and harassment. Now, fast forward to February 2023, deputies then refocused their investigation into the security cameras that the Mallorys installed on their property.
The investigation revealed that Nicole and Courtney Mallory had active surveillance on the Teresa Clark residence. They would routinely arrive in the area within moments to minutes of Teresa Clark going outside of her house. And Nicole and Mallory would taunt Teresa Clark from the property line.
Both Courtney and Nicole Mallory were arrested and charged for criminal stalking. They both bonded out of jail but have been speaking out at protests and rallies.
Farming is not a crime. You know, working your own land, moving about your own land is not a crime.
Since you have white community members that live in that community and they're the ones that are perpetrating and going after this family, the sheriff's department is a part of that community. And so they're going to try to protect, you know, their white community.
The case has sparked outrage on social media, people raising money and protesting to not only clear the Mallory's name, but also calling on lawmakers to pass the Karen Act, which is the law that will make racist 911 calls a hate crime. Supporters say that the Mallorys are stewards in the community. They even have a program where they teach children about agriculture. They also fed the needy during the pandemic. Now, while this stalking case plays out in court, the NAACP says they plan on pushing for federal charges in this case. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
So, King, I would love to hear your take, man, because I know you're kind of conflicted, yo. So, what you got for me, man?
It's been difficult, man. This was difficult for me to watch and to really, like, you know what I mean? You want to be able to analyze something from a point and not to be very biased about it. You feel me? Now that I'm a little bit older, I'm trying to be able to see things from a different perspective. So let's break something down. I don't condone the racism. You feel me? I don't condone the racism, but you have to expect something when you come to a place predominantly white. Am I wrong, brothers?
You're not wrong. It's in a rural area.
In a rural area. Now, mind you, when you're under the system of white supremacy, doesn't matter where you at, there's a code you got to abide by. Mind your business, stay under the radar. I want y'all to listen to me. We already know that this whole Black Lives Matter thing is so intensified to white folks. No matter where you at, it gets dropped, white folks start acting crazy. You feel me? So, first off, you're a black person with 200 acres. And you got the Black Lives Matter stuff on it. Mind you, they have been living there for years. I've never heard of them until now. Yes, people have made racist comments about them on Facebook. Did they act on it? No. They neighbor antagonism. Most white folks are going to do that. But do they act on a physical? No. Some people know better. What she did with the process server was 100% wrong. Process servers are legally have the right to step on the property when they're serving somebody. That's why she got arrested, because she busted a shot while he's running away. If he came to your property and he said hello, I don't think he meant any harm. The fact that she brandished a gun and told a white boy and his son to walk, hey, get away from my property, that also seems to me there's some problem there. Yes, we dealing with racism. There's ways to handle this, but yeah, I think she went a little bit too far, man. Like, you having beef with one person, not everybody else. So if people are getting 100, and then you talk now, the dogs and the killing of the cows and stuff, that was 100% wrong. Yeah, somebody doing something. The camera's facing on her property, and when she comes home, you come home, yes, they're going to think you're doing something. You know what I mean? So those are my only gripes about that. I don't condone the whole animal situation. This is like you beefing with somebody and they trying to get to your pockets. So that's what kind of conflict me on that. And then, you know, man, I've watched police interaction with women. And this is, I go back to my same point when it's dealing with street niggas and people from the streets and people who are non-street. People from the streets know how to act when it's time to get arrested. Lord Jesus. We know to shut up and comply. Comply, comply, comply. I'm going to keep telling everybody that. Comply, comply, comply. Do you want to go home or you want to go home in a box? Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, so for me, it's like, I'll just tell you this. Don't matter any rural area you go to, any state, it's going to be predominantly white. Because predominantly black people live in cities or suburbs. You rarely hear a black people go to a rural area.
Yes.
And regularly. And the thing is, that's kind of what the problem is. I'll give you a fact on this I was talking about. Out of 3.4 million farmers out there, no matter what race, for black people, it's only 45,000. And the percentage said that's 2%. 2%. So that tells us there, it's like we don't go out to rural areas to buy land and farm our own stuff.
Nope. We
don't do that whatsoever.
Yep.
So, you know, what the woman did, I praise her to go, to go out, rural area, buy her land, 200 acres of land, and start farming. Yeah. That's great. So I love hearing stuff like that. And hopefully in the future we get more stuff like that. But the thing is, when you're in these rural areas, like Hakeem said, there's a code you got to follow. Anywhere you got to go, you got to be on the radar. There's a code you got to follow. Cities that I got, like coming to Michigan, to Miami, or Miami to LA, there's some situations there's some situations that I can't do. There's something I could, okay, let me look at my surrounding areas, what I can do, what I can't do, who lives here, who lives there, what gas station I go to, what stores I can go to. Basically, you just look around the area, see what you do, what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Now we put Black Lives Matter out there, hang on the flag, and people pass it, and white people pass it. They don't look at it some type of way.
Yeah.
Just like if we drive, me and you drive a rural area, and we see Confederate flags.
Yeah.
We know what's up.
Yeah.
Especially you see a lot of those in southern states. You know what's up. There's a code. Now with her, dealing with what she was dealing with, and with the police officer and everything, to me, it's just like we talked about this before. It's like a victimhood mentality, and that's what I believe Black Lives Matter did, heighten the level of victimhood in our black people. And it's set a generation of that, of how black people should work when we see officers. We act the victimhood. We don't see the processes of, okay, let me go to jail, and after that, let me fight it. Let me somehow the way to fight it. If I could fight it myself, get my lawyers or whatever. I think that woman should have been smart of her getting a lawyer. And that's kind of one of the problems I have. It's like she didn't never have a lawyer. And now what she's doing right now, there were some things of, when a guy came in and then she said, get out my property, she shot us, all that type of stuff. I agree with you, I can't. She took it
Too far.
to a level that she didn't need to be.
And she pleaded guilty for making a false claim.
Facts on that. So this to me is like I say, I'm older. I'm 32. Usually younger than me, I just see one side and that's it. I take that side.
Mm.
Now I gotta look at both sides of the story. And to do that, that makes it more logical. It's like, okay, I'm looking at this part, and then after that, I'm getting my own evaluation on this. Now, like I said, I commend her for buying her own land and start farming. And we need to do a whole lot of that in our Black community.
Preach, brother, preach.
If we can do that, we can definitely build on that, build our own land. We can have our own warehouse of farming. And also we can have our Black grocery stores. We can get directly from a farmer and have our grocery stores. But how she handled it, to me, it was a little bit too far. And how, I kind of disagreed of them sending a SWAT to arrest her, because they could have sent one unit and it's arrest her. But that would put SWAT, to me, that's out of line, because y'all just saying like, she's super duper aggressive. We gotta send a whole SWAT there. It's irrelevant.
Yeah. I thought that was goofy as well.
Yeah, that was a little bit goofy. Now for the county to do that, that was I didn't like that. I did not like that.
Yeah, it was a bit tasteless though.
It was a little bit tasteless. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'll just say this, Black people, we gotta stop playing this victim games, y'all. We gotta stop with this victimhood. Because it makes us emotional. It makes us emotional, and it makes us emotional thinking, and we're not thinking logical.
Yep.
We're not thinking logical. What we do with certain ways when we deal with something like this was deal with some of racism, or to deal with police.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, back in the civil rights movement, it was way worse. But the thing is, as Black people, we was logical thinkers. We knew what to do, even though there was lynching, spraying water hose, just beating the crap out of us. At that time, there was logical thinkers. 2023, now we're emotional thinkers on how we handle situations.
Talk about it. And
that for that, we're not. And if we gonna keep doing that, it goes keep us lower, and lower in our Black community, which we are low right now. We are. So we have to find a way to get back to logical thinking and have situations like this, and take care of situations like this and think logical with it. Meaning, if she had if you have 10 acres of land, no. If you have, let's say 50 acres of land, you need a lawyer. I'm sorry. She needs a lawyer. She should have had a lawyer there if somebody harassing her. You need a lawyer. She has the money to do that. You need a lawyer. Because if you have a lawyer, the lawyer will tell you, okay, this is what you do. This is what you don't do. This is what you do. If you want to beat this, you got to do this. You got to do that. Keep you in line. Keep you in line. Keep you in line. And what that is, and not having a lawyer, you think it emotionally and had her in jail. It had her in jail. So for me, and you see how protesters try to put the Karen Act and everything, all that type of stuff. But the thing is, it's like that's not gonna happen.
No.
That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's not. Now, we need to find a way. We need to find a way to, I don't know, we need a keep pushing this in our media, or have a group that's saying, hey, we need to stop this victimhood thinking and start thinking logical on how we're going to do this, because we just going to keep going lower and lower and lower. And it's victimhood stuff is killing, this victimhood is killing our Black community. Predominantly killing our Black community. Mm-hmm. And it's not just having in rural areas, having in suburban areas, and especially cities. And cities, when we see like police officers and they're trying to arrest us for some super reason, we act all out, and we act all out so much that it can, you know, one day they could put us in a coffin. They could put us in a coffin. So, like I said, we need to find a way to leave this victimhood stuff and start getting serious and be smart of what we're doing and be logical of what we're doing. We should definitely do that. Go ahead, King.
No, definitely. I've lived in a predominantly white area, and I tell people this all the time. I've never had no problem because I've always stayed out the way. Sometimes people thought I just came in town just to be in town, not knowing I lived there. I used to leave in the morning, come at night, and I used to sit outside in the backyard. I wasn't puffing a la-la. I smoke a cigar and read a book. Wasn't playing no loud music. There's certain things you can do in an impoverished area you cannot do when you're living in a certain area, especially in an upscale area. If you are just normal, I honestly believe that if she didn't drop that flag on there and just came off that she was just a regular person, hey, and probably even if she just kept her mouth shut and didn't say that, yeah, we're just renting the property. Some things ain't people business. Yeah, we're just renting the property. We're just holding the property for real. Yeah, we're just caretakers. White folks are discreet. Yeah, they racist. I'm racist too. The world is racist. We have some type of bias about each other. We need to understand that and not be emotional when we're trying to get things done here in America, especially for our people. If you're trying to bridge gaps or to achieve something as far as 200 acres, that's generational wealth. 200 acres is generational wealth, but you're going to have a problem keeping it because people harassing you. You have to know the rules of engagement when dealing with racist white folks, when dealing with police, when dealing in everything. Because at the end of the day, your life is in your hand. And the way you act determines how you go home. I know that from first experience. I've seen dudes get clobbered in the head, knocked upside their head. Understand, we always been at war. But with that being said, you cannot get emotional when people do things. Not everything is about race at times. And I'm just trying to be honest about that, me being of age to understand. People put race into things to annoy black people because they know that's where we can get them at. Sometimes a person just don't like you off a GP, but yet he's a nigger.
Hey, Natasha, Vincent, welcome.
Hey.
She said, glad they covered the story. Black agribusiness is important. Absolutely, it is.
It's very important. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to talk about what you said, Hakeem. I'll tell you this. When I go to my training, my martial arts training, my back training, I usually take the train to go to the train because train is easier for me. And before I go on the train, there's a homeless guy I walk past by. A homeless guy by himself, clothes, all that type of stuff. Every time I pass this guy, he always say, "Hey, why you passing me, N-word? Why you keep on passing me?" Every time. He keep always say the N word. Well, N word. Why you keep on passing me? Don't. I'm minding my business, but I hear it all the time, and I always can act in an emotional way, but I don't do that.
No,
I don't, because why should I? That N word doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me in one period. It doesn't get me emotional because what's he gonna do? He's not physically attacking me,
no,
and he's not physically attacking me. So what they try to do is try to teach you the word so to get you emotional so I can attack him. I'm not gonna do that. Words like that, it's not gonna hurt me because it's like I said, heard it before in the past. Probably gonna hear it again in the future.
Yep.
And this is a homeless guy saying that, me as most, I can just come out here and just pop him up a little bit and that's it. But I'm not gonna do that. Because I have integrity for that. But what I'm trying to say is we cannot have words trigger us. We cannot have quotes trigger us. We cannot have videos, certain videos that triggered us to go or to go protest. Because this is what we're doing now. It's like anything that triggered us, we go protest, and that's the only thing we do. But there's another way to take care of these things in a logical way, and we can defeat that. There's another way we can do that or to defeat that. But go back to this to black farmers. I want to say this. We need more black farming. I wish that lady would have, if she had any family members or a friend and say, "Hey, I bought this land. Hey, can you come with me so we can farm? Build our farming and everything." Because I don't know if she has, a big family or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
But I wish she would have, she could have, if she had 200 acres of land, she could have maybe bring a family member or maybe hire some people. You know what I'm saying? Like hire some people so she can feel protected, and it'll be more of her, and it kind of won't be any problems. And then also, having that flag up, they'll look at you some type of way. Hakeem said it earlier, we gotta be discreet, we gotta play quiet. Because other races are doing it. They play the low game. They don't shout out like we do. We got to know how to play the game. And right now we're not playing it right.
Definitely. Let me also say this. We have a bunch of black people who are in white spaces and are flourishing. They're thriving. They themselves understand there's a way of going about things, and they help their people underhandedly. Sometimes you can't be overtly black in places where it's overtly white. You can still help your people by playing your position, double backing, and bringing that money back without niggas having to know. You feel me? Ms. Vincent said something important. Black agricultural business. You more worried about somebody harassing you when you need to worry about how to solve your issue with your farming. We do not always need to make a statement whenever we come through the effing door. Black lives matter. Nigga, we already know you black. Yes, police gonna harass your ass. This is a white country. For all the myth people understand, you want to claim this is multicultural. History has told us this is for white folks. Understanding that, you need to get what you can get out these white folks and squeeze it dry. And understanding that is going to keep you safe and helping your people. I don't know no other place in America where you can open up your own school in the ghetto or do anything. I want you to understand that. And this is why I say that it's important to focus on what's important and find strategic ways to handle your enemies. Sometimes your enemies can be your allies. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You ever hear that? If you know how to play your enemy's mentality. My cousin, who I shall not mention his name, he works in white spaces. I'm talking about in a space where a black man should not be. You know how to play the game, but you want to know what he does in the back door? He swings the back door open. He swings the back door open for the brothers without the front door, without the people at the front door knowing what he's doing in the back, because the front door is closed. If you can't get that analogy, go talk to a street nigga. The back door is always open. When you got a nigga in certain places, if he's on code, that back door be open. Don't expect him to be overtly black power when he's trying to help you. He's trying to get what he can get. They wasn't what the Mallory's were doing. They had the front door open, not the back door. You got 200 acres. You should have kept it quiet and started piecing that off to other brothers. Yo, come here. Just don't say nothing. Don't come. Hey, homeboy, you can smoke as much weed as you can. Don't be blasting none of that shit out here. Bring here. We're gonna grow some crops. We're gonna start funneling that shit down south to LA. Nigga, we in Colorado. We can feed our peoples. It's enough land out here to feed our peoples. No, you worrying about somebody calling you an N-word. Natasha, I'm gonna let Jordan, and this is my last statement. I know we have it hard. And Natasha, here's the thing. There's so many layers to why black farmers don't survive. Some of it is generational. Some of the kids don't want to take over the land. That's one thing. Two, a lot of us don't want to evolve. And another thing is we don't support. But her, she's going to lose her land if she doesn't correct herself. Go ahead.
And also, one last thing I want to add to your Akeem. As we see, black people see farming as a popular career.
Nope.
We don't see that as something that can prosper us, as something that's entertaining.
I'll tell you first off, I used to call that a white boy career. I said, that's for white boys. Mm-hmm. That's what they taught me in school. Grow up in the hood. Oh, that's nigga. You want to be a farmer? That's for crackers. Yeah. Well, that's for crackers.
Yeah.
You said real niggas don't farm. We work in corporate offices. We drive in Beamer and Benzes until I get older and I find out that most farmers make over $3-4 million a year. I said, what the fuck we going on?
Exactly. That's right, King. Thank you. I thought it was for me. I thought it was a white person career too. Even though back in like schools, where I went to like a Catholic school when I was in 3rd or 4th grade. They used to take us to the farms all the time on a field trip. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is nice. You know, you can make your own food. And there was like an ice cream place that after we get done, they take us to an ice cream place. We make a nice fresh milk from the cows and everything. Delicious. Like, yo, you know, for me, I thought it was like for a white career, but actually, you know, I thought it was kind of cool. But it never, ever hit in my mind that, you know, I want to grow up to be a farmer. Because as black people, we don't think it's cool.
No, why when we live in inner cities, we can't listen. The hurricane taught us that we'll die in a pandemic. We can't feed ourselves. These white folks know how to grow. These white folks know how to grow shit out of nothing. Mm-hmm. Mind you, before 1940, we was on that. The sharecroppers, in them, as what the Charleston whites say, they fed themselves. Let's be honest. Shannon Sharp always talks about this. Their grandmother lived on a farm. They grew everything. Everything that they ate it off their plot of land.
Or they had to go hunting, and they had to go hunting. They had to hunt raccoons, a possum, turkey, or go fishing. They did it the old-fashioned way, and this is back in the 1970s. Yeah, 1970s. And rural South Georgia, but Shannon Sharp is from.
Shannon Sharp said, When you think they was poor, they're actually more richer than a black family in the projects. Somebody in the projects cannot feed themselves. These people fed themselves. They just ain't had nice clothes. But you own and they own acres of land.
And the thing about Hakeem is like their mother, Shannon Shaw was born in Chicago.
Yeah.
And Shannon has her older brother, Sterling Shaw. But the thing is, the mother couldn't afford it, so she had to send, 2 sons to Georgia because she couldn't do it in Chicago. And even though, Shannon Shaw was growing up, that's like I said, that's all we knew.
No, definitely. There's something that Miss Vincent said that is, she said, there are urban farming initiatives, but it's definitely not the same than owning productive acres and best. Now, that's 100%. The urban, we have the community farms. Let's get that straight. Where we come, we teach a couple people to plot something, but we don't take that serious. White people have enough money to build urban farms initiative. We need to, and I'm gonna say something that a lot of people might not like. We need to go back to rural areas. If you want to be rich, go back to a rural area. Own you a plot of land in a rural area. Get you an acre or 2, pick 1 or 2 crops, grow it, sell it at a farmer's market, you'll make $100,000 a year. I see white folks do it all the time. Mm-hmm. There's multi-millionaires of people who sell jams like peanut butter and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, I'm even astounded that they was able to get 200 acres, fam. 200 acres is not nothing that you can build the freaking city.
That's a whole lot of land, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to say is a lot of these white people, they make their own jam and everything, and what they do is they take it to their local farmers market. I know, like I go to these farmers markets around LA because food is here is out of control with inflation and everything. Mm-hmm. So I check out these places, farmers markets, in Santa Monica, Hollywood, around these areas. And I talk to these, and I talk to them, and they tell me where they grow them, man, all that type of stuff. It's like, yo, this is pretty dope. And they make their own money. And I'm like, yo, and I'm thinking about, yo, this would be cool if we do something. And the thing is like, we have like a little patio, and in our little apartment area, and we have like a little how could I say this? Like a pottery plant little area. And what we can do to it, we talk to our leasing office and see if we can grow some stuff. They say, yeah. So my wife is going to start doing. We're going to start growing, spinach, kale.
Yeah.
And we can grow our stuff there, and we can instead of going to the store, we can just grow and eat it. Wait for a couple months to eat it. Because my wife, she grows. We have a little pot where she grows like her aloe vera, and she been doing that for two or 3 years, and she was doing the thing. And so we have an idea. It's like, since we have this little area for ourselves, let's see if we can grow some stuff here, and that right there can save us some money.
And that's a beautiful thing, brother. And I also wanted to highlight that a lot of our brothers and sisters, when you start to mention these type of things, you feel me? Going rural, becoming a farmer, not only becoming a farmer, becoming a butcher. There's a lot of black people in the inner cities who are having a hard time, especially here in Miami. And Jordan, I'm gonna share something with you that I'm noticing that's being prevalent that I thought I would never see, that I know you see in California. Real homelessness of people that should not be homeless. I'm noticing middle-aged women sleeping in cars at the gas station.
Yep.
I'm seeing like these. I saw not too long ago some girls who was camping out at a park. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, like, A lot of us are being priced out the cities. Going rural is the only way to go, and finding new careers in rural areas that can happen. Farming is one of them. It's not hard. YouTube will teach you everything that you want to know. I myself wants to own a farm. If I make enough money, I'm going to buy me 100 acres. I'm going to buy me an existing farm or a farm. I don't need to be in the city all the time to Diddy Bop. I'll just come in the weekend and be on a farm on a weekday. If a lot of y'all remember Paperboy in Atlanta, he bought a farm.
Yep.
People need to think about that and understand. So, but the thing about it is we got to understand, regardless of wherever you're at, you're still going to be at war. Understanding and know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
And also, I'm gonna say this before you go. Living in rural areas can save us from of us not getting into trouble.
Oh, Lord Jesus!
I mean, like I said, because you like I say, you're out of the city, you're out of the suburbs, and it's just you or your family or whatever. It's just you, and to that, it's more peaceful. You got to deal with a lot of stuff in the city or in the suburbs.
No,
there's less stuff you got. Less stuff you got that you do in a rural area. And a lot of and the thing is, like for men, like black men, you start farming, like yo, that's a workout.
Oh, you lose weight, you eat healthier. Go ahead.
Yeah, you eat healthier. You haven't heard about the saying "Country Strong"? Because they eat healthy and they do farm for a living and they work out.
Natasha Vincent, I am going to speak this in existence. I want to buy a farm and I'm going to put this on Jesus' name. And I hope a lot of my brothers and sisters can follow. If we want to have a good life with stress kills us 100%. This is why we need to get away from what typical black people do to start embracing new ways of that. If you want to save your kids, this is the only way to save your kids at times. This is a new way of making money. You know what I mean? New way of living life. We have to embrace unorthodox ways. And here's another thing too. You're going to have to work with your enemy to get to where you got to go. You're not going to get nowhere without working with white folks. It's imperative, and this is what the Mallorys don't understand. Listen. You can't be king of the jungle in Yarborough, Colorado. You are a resident. This ain't, you know what I mean? And understand that. You can't drop your nuts as you can drop your nuts in South Central, in Dade County, or Pocahontas Projects. I learned that the hard way going to New York City, and I got checked. I said, nigga, I'm from Dade. Nigga said, what? You know where you at? That's the same way you need to check yourself where you going. Nigga, where I'm at. Nigga, I'm at war. Regardless, with your people and with whoever. Nigga, learn your code and try to make sure you do right for your people. If I was her and I had 200 acres, me and the lady across the street, we would have been eating. She would have been bringing me food every day. Wow, I just brought you some dumplings here. I said, yeah, come on. Miss Karen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What you been doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm just in here mowing the lawn and stuff like that. I see you here by yourself. Are you one of those Black Lives Matter people? No, Miss Karen, I'm not. No, Miss Karen, I'm just an average black guy trying to live and make some money. Where your kids at? Sent my kids to private school. You know what I'm saying? What's their names? John and Michael. They don't got to know all your business. But you still got to work with them.
I want to say this, Hakeem. If you, into the chat, if y'all know or walk past a black farmer, Ronnie, Hakeem, me, we need to interview that person
Yes.
and let them know what a farmer and a black family or black community can do to help the generation, to help our community.
Listen, I'm gonna say something too, just to cut you. And I'm gonna be one of those farmers who's gonna hire a shitload of Mexicans.
Okay, you can do that. Hey,
yeah. No.
They will work 10 to 12 hours.
Listen, it looks like the hardest working man in America is the Mexican.
That's true. They, especially here in California, oh Lord, they will work. If they find a way not to sleep, they'll work 24 hours straight.
Listen,
for sure.
Listen, I want the black man to get that title back again. Even though we got some, it's a lot of us are hard workers, but I want that as to be the name for us.
Natasha says she knows some black farmers in Canada, but they're French. Oh, that's cool.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Listen, Natasha, are you from T-Dot? Are you from Toronto or Montreal? Because she got a French last name. She might be from the dot.
Are you from Ontario or British Columbia? Yeah.
Listen, are you from Saint Michel Boulevard? Oh, you from? Hey, listen,
Montreal. Okay.
Montreal. Hey, are you from Saint Michel Boulevard? Saint Michel Boulevard. Listen, I know some Montreal steppers. But
I was gonna say, ask you a question. Hakeem, when you buy your land, what state are you gonna be in?
Listen, wherever I can get it cheap. Listen, I don't care if I'm in Arkansas. A white boy not gonna have no. Listen, they're not gonna mess with me, and they're not gonna have no issue with me. Listen, I am an American. I just so happen to be black. I'm not gonna drop my black nuts on people everywhere I go. Nigga, I'm black. They're gonna see that, and they're gonna see, hey, he's here now. He just come here and leaves. Not they know it. I'm building my empire from the back. You know what I'm trying to say? But doesn't matter where. But I do have an idea of places where I want to go, though. Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi. Mississippi has a lot of watermelon farms. In Alabama, in these places, I want to build an empire. I want to build a farming empire. Listen, I don't even want my face to be on the farming stuff. I'm going to have a generic name. I'm going to hire a bunch of niggas in there. I'm going to hire a bunch of Mexicans. I'm going to hire a bunch of Koreans. Whoever wants to come work can come work. I'm going to get graphic designers in there. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm going to have classes to teach people how to farm, to become an agronomist. I'm gonna tell brothers, all you niggas don't got to be correctional officers. All you niggas don't got to go get a BA or a liberal arts. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna need to come out here and get listen. Becoming a farmer, you'll be richer than the nigga who works at the correctional office if you become a farmer. And one harvest. The amount of money you invest in school, you go buy you some land and lay down some crops, you'll triple your money. So Alabama, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish, because I was gonna give let you know what kind of farming business ideas of different type of farming.
Niggas, go ahead. I want to hear.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some ideas. With you don't have to be one particular farm, but there's a lot of ideas. I'm gonna name them. So you have grow microgreens farms where you can grow your greens. You have agricultural farms where you grow your fruits and vegetables. What else? You got your organic farm, so you could grow anything that's organic. You got your herb farm, so you can grow any herbs that you can sell. What else? I'll tell you this: there's a Christmas tree farm.
Hey,
I'm just looking at that.
like
So, because you know how people are robbed by Christmas. You can go to the Christmas tree farm and you can chop the tree down and you can sell it and people buy the real Christmas tree. And that's some money into it. You can what else? Livestock farms where pigs, cows, whatever. You can do all that. Poultry farming. And here's another one that I got one more farm that makes a lot of money too. And it's also it helps the environment, it helps the world. Bee farming.
You see, that's good too.
Bee farming.
I like that.
Yep.
You see, you just named 6 or 7. A lot of those are not hard to do, especially if you do it the economical way and like free range chickens. You can get free range chickens, grass fed beef, and stuff like that. These stuff are not hard to do.
Free range, like I said, look like the free range is a good idea because look, if we have, like I said, let's say me and you, Hakeem, we have our own free range chickens and we have eggs.
We'll be
let's say we take good care of our chickens because right now, there's a shortage of eggs right now because because of farming and everything. Let's just say we take care of our chickens. Warehouse gonna be looking at us.
Listen.
To get the eggs, and we can, and the thing is, since let's say other farmers, they have problems, we gotta raise our prices up. Hey, okay, I'm gonna double triple my money. So you just said
we would have been rich right now.
Exactly.
No. Listen, right now we had an acre lot with a small operation, guaranteed $10,000 a month.
Yep, or maybe even more.
Even more. Guaranteed $10,000 a month with chickens and turkeys.
Yep. Chicken and turkeys.
So
it's just so much money out there for farming, and a lot of people don't know about it.
It's just so much, man. I wish I was taught this in school. I would have took out a loan instead of going to college and went and bought some land and worked the land. Then come back at the club on the weekends like I would have been in the club in the overalls with the the dirty boots on, like when they say, "What you do?" I'm a black farmer.
Yep. They be like, "What?" And they see you got the money, Hakeem, like, "What? You got money like that? It's a farmer?"
Yeah. I get it.
The city girls, they be like, "Wait a minute, yeah. you what? Wait a minute, farmers make money?"
They make money. Listen, I would say, hey, I'm more richer than your average hood nigga. That nigga in the Ferragamo belt, he only can live till next weekend. I can live all year.
Oh, first song, you facts on that. Ocean farms make millions. That's facts. They do.
You know what makes money that a lot of people sleeping on? Tilapia farms.
Yes.
Tilapia.
I was gonna say this. There was 6-7 years ago. We took my wife, me and my wife and a friend. We went to Costa Rica for her birthday, and we went in our Airbnb. And in that Airbnb, the guy had a trout farm.
A what?
A trout farm.
Wow.
He had like a big old pond of trouts and everything. So he was telling about his business, how much money he making and everything. And there was one time he let us fish and cook and everything. And that's just like, wait a minute, seeing something like that. I never see something like that before because this is what these other countries do, like in Central America, South America do. They have their own farm, and this is what Whole Foods do. Whole Foods, they have they send like small loans to certain farms in South America, so they can so these farmers can build their so they can build their farm and make profit and they can sell it.
That's beautiful. No, you're telling something that's beautiful, and I would hope if we get to a point where we make enough money, we'll have a Chaos Culture Radio farm, and have some niggas who fresh out of prison be out there slaving, hot son, so I could be like, get out there, nigga, stay out there.
Hey, they'll get paid. They'll have benefits now. We'll take care of them.
We'll take care of them. We'll take care
Yeah.
of them. So the moral of the story is here: stay on code. Learn to work with people, and we need to start checking ourselves on trying to make grand entrances wherever we want. We need to just be quiet and just act the way we are. I don't want I don't want people to get things confused. There's an issue with race wherever we go at. I don't want to be labeled something that I'm not. Yes, there's a if you want to call it Black Lives Matter, you can call it that if you want. I don't agree with the title. There's police brutality. There's people who's attacking people. But when we here in America, you just want to be American who so happens to be Black. And when a person doesn't want to acknowledge you as an American and make you Black before you're American, then we have an issue. But if you tell a person, hey, I'm American, but I'm so happen to be Black, then that's a different situation. And if we start acting like Americans, excuse me, and not trying to put this everywhere we go, start telling people, hey, what you is? My name is Johnson. I'm a Black guy, Ifatunde. My name is here. I want to be like, hey, where you from? Are you from Pontiac, Michigan? Okay, man, it's cold up there, right? Y'all boys like ice fishing, yeah? Or where you from? I'm from Miami, Florida. I drink Cuban coffee. I eat hand Cuban cheese. Ain't you Black though? I live in Miami. There's a lot of Cubans here. You know, you see how that is? Or where you from, LA? Do you eat tortillas? I should ask you that regardless if you're Black. You must, and you from LA, you must eat tortillas and tacos, yeah?
And churros. They love churros here. Yep.
Or listen, or falafels. Or falafels. And regardless if you're Black, white, or Spanish, or you could be like, oh, you in South Central? You must smoke a hell of a lot of weed over there. I could say that to a white person. You live in South Central? You must smoke weed, right? I know because California legalized weed. I should ask the weed question to everybody. You know what I mean? So this is where we need to go. We're going to always address being Black. That's not going to ever go away. Just like we're going to address white folks for being white folks. Let's change the narrative where a person has no choice but to respect you as who you are as a person. That's my take.
Hey man, I agree with you, Hakeem, 1,000%. But like I said, I'm gonna read this one more time. Out of the 100% of Black farmers, we're only the 2%. We need to find some way to change all that. So because something like that, we could if we get 10% of that.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's big. It might sound like a little number, but that's big. Because 10%, that's a lot. That's close to maybe probably what 100 to 150,000 Black farmers right there.
Mm.
That is a big thing, and that's my last take on that. So, people, we already reached our hour mark. Any last questions or comments you guys want to say? Let us know. Let us know. I don't know, Hakeem. I don't know, Hakeem. You got like another a song that you got on you? I don't know if you do or not.
Yeah, it's
before we leave.
Yeah, it's a couple bangers, man. We could play. Let's see. Man, let's see. You know the problem is, man. I wish you could play more independent music, but some of these niggas be having these copyrights on it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But no. I there's a joint we can play.
Okay.
There's a joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Cuban coffee. That Miami. Oh my God, that's a killer. You right about it, Ron. That Cuban coffee. You drink that, boy?
And think about it. I've been drinking. Listen, I'm Haitian. I've been drinking Cuban coffee since I God knows remember. Mm-hmm. Listen, we have our own coffee. But every morning, my dad used to take me to Papito and them to get a Cuban sandwich in the coffee. What does that make me? That makes me a Black guy who that makes me a Miamian that drinks Cuban coffee. Just like you have Hispanic. Listen, you know how many Hispanic people I see go get them a plate of griot? a plate of griot with some rice and stuff, they walking out the shop like, hey, papito, comida está bien, está bien. They're at the Haitian shop. We live in a diverse place. This is supposed to be. I want to address my Cuban homeboy. He's from Hialeah. He's from Hialeah. He's a Hialeah. You know what I mean? We need to start removing these titles about us, and so we can start getting to making this thing a prosperous place. You know what I mean? And that's our biggest issue.
Heard that.
Okay, we're gonna play another Kareem Stevie track. Poor Richie. That's what it's called.
All right. Go ahead.
We're gonna end this up with that. Shout outs to everybody who rock with us, man. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
to Urban Noise, Ken Dog, aka Kenny Mars, our new actor, fresh out of Ronnie Ron Productions. He's our star actor out of Ronnie Ron Productions. Ronnie Ron.
Yeah, Troop was in here. You know, Natasha, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Natasha, our agricultural specialist.
Yes.
Agricultural specialist. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Hey, Natasha, I'm going to put this in Jesus' name. Give Natasha the blueberry farm so I could come rob her for all her blueberries. Lord Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
Please let Natasha have her blueberry farm so I could come back with the pickup truck when she had sleep to just load up. I ain't going to take too much, Lord. I'm just going to take like a couple months. You know I got a big family.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's from Montreal.
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
So I'm going to have to drive all the way to Saint Michel Boulevard to come find her.
Hey, a lot of people don't know. Blueberries are very, very nutritious. And it's anti-cancerous food. It can help fight cancer.
Yeah, Lottie antioxidant.
Yes, sir. Lots of antioxidants. Wait, when I make me a smoothie with blueberries, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I gotta go pee.
No, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, blueberries, they're very, very nutritious food. Very healthy fruit.
Yeah, perfect. Listen, I want to state something that a lot of people don't know. You know, the Nation of Islam has a large farm in Georgia that is widely known, but they don't just broadcast it. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
They have over 500 acres.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? That's another thing when you're not slick rapping all the time about, you know what I mean? You just want to go out there and put in some work. Yo, so let's do it. Poor Richie.
The rich, cause you looking like a lyric, but you take that risk. Looking at death like you wanna kiss. Might as well stand out, cause you'll never fit. Too tight, you're welcome to the afterlife. I see colors, but they want me to see black and white. I make gray, I make waves, and the kids just wanna make it home safe. Safe space, safe place. Don't forget we're the human race. It's a marathon. We got hella bombs. We got hella guns. We got hella drums. When we first started, we had hella fun. Down the 60G coast, we got hella sons. $1 billion slave in the MAGA hat. They can see the vision, they got cataracts. 2020 $ contacts. Independent, never signed a contract. Blood on our hands, blood on the land. Blood on the leaves, blood on my veins. Too much water drip, make the climate change. Too much RG, make them go insane. You can't log off cause it's in your brain. Addicted to the maps and almost to blame. Everything ain't Gucci, you ain't Gucci, man. Amazon bars when you see the frames. New soul, loose hanging like a chain. Looking back, look how far we came. Hendrix, Davis, Coltrane, Franklin, Houston, Etta James.
All right, y'all. We about to end. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell on the bottom because we always go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. on our West Coast time. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for joining us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. But like I said, Chaos Culture Radio.
We out. And thank you for Blueberry Farm.